Hello and welcome to today's Stretch and Flow. I am your host, Jason Tagle, joining you from San Diego, California. And I have my very athletic co host, Hannah Norman, on today. We are going to do a chair based flow yoga routine. So we're going to begin by locking our hands together, comfortable and tall seated position. We're going to reach forward as we let our shoulder blades stretch forward, and we're going to combine this with an overhead reach. So feel free to reach up as high as you comfortably can today without pain. And as you do that, think about pulling your shoulder blades back gently, and then we'll return to that first position, which is where your arms are reaching forward, chin tucked down in toward your chest. Inhale to reach up. Return forward and reach up. So we're combining our upper back along with our shoulder joint for that overhead reach. Pulling back, inhale as you reach up, let your breath come out as you come back down, reaching your arms forward, up toward the ceiling. And we're flowing through each move, keeping it dynamic, working through the beginning and end of the range. And go ahead and gently let your arms come down. Next up, we're gonna do one side, bend your elbow. So triceps stretch, bringing your elbow toward your head as close as you comfortably can. And you can take your other arm to hold on to your elbow like that, or keep it like this. We're combining this with a side lean. And staying with the dynamic motions, we return to neutral. So what I did is place my hands just on my upper back, or you can place it somewhere behind your neck or even behind your head. Just as close as you're able to get your elbow toward your head. That's why you can use the other hand if you'd like. Lean over. We're adding that torso lean, and you want to think long reach up and over from your hip up to your elbow. There we go. Good. All right. And we'll release. We'll go ahead and do the other side. So I might need to modify this myself. I'm not going to be able to get my elbow as close to my head, but you want to get that same idea. And lean up and over. So tricep stretch combined with that side lean. Good. Your hand is just either on your upper back or just behind your neck, maybe even behind your head. All right, and take your time with these. Lengthen, return slowly. So sometimes we do static stretches where we hold the lengthened position, spending more time there. Other times like today, dynamic, working through beginning and end. All right, they both have their advantages. This one, we're introducing more circulation and working through the lengthened and contracted range. There we go. All right, so we'll go ahead and release. Next up, I'm going to ask you to stand. We're going to begin with some side-to-side leg swings. So what you'd like to do is leave some room in front of you. We're going to balance on one foot. Other leg is lifted and straight. And we're going to swing and cross it over. So you want your leg to feel pretty weightless as you swing. Give yourself some room. Knee and foot are facing forward. All right, so getting that side hip motion, lifting outward, and we're actually crossing inward. So starting dynamic swing here. And then next up, we're gonna hold a pose. So with this leg that's swinging, we're gonna keep it straight out now with your foot touching the floor, and you can keep your hands on. All right, we're gonna bend the other knee outward to come into the side lunge position. We're trying to get that leg that we were just swinging as straight as possible. So focusing on the inner thigh, bend, the opposite knee outward, keeping your feet as far apart as you can, just to emphasize that side lunge. All right, that should feel good. If you feel like you're going too far into the motion, simply straighten the opposite leg more, just kind of ease out of it. Get to the point where you feel like you can relax into the stretch. All right, and then we're moving over to the other side, starting with that leg swing. Knee is facing forward, with the leg swing in front of you, cross it, and let it open out. All right, so just remember that weightless pendulum. Yeah, when I say weightless, it means it just feels easy on that leg. So you can even kind of let the rest of your body move. Just keep that hanging leg swinging outward and across. All right, and then we're gonna take that leg that we were just swinging straight out here. And then I also want you to keep your foot on that straight leg facing forward to emphasize the adductor, the inner thigh muscle stretch here. So once you find that point where you feel that mild stretch and you can hold it, just simply keep your hands on, holding on to something, opposite knee bent, and we'll just hang out here. Very good. All right. Probably feels good if you were doing any of the higher intensity workouts this week, including the summer games, workout challenges. All right, we're coming to seated and we're gonna continue with our lower body, starting in that figure 4 position. So first, lift your ankle up and across so that your knee is pointed out. From here, keep your spine as tall as possible. We're going to gently fold through the hip to lean forward, bringing our chest toward our lower leg. And once you've reached your comfortable limit, come back to neutral or that seated upright position, fold back into it. And then just keep your head aligned with your torso, just letting it follow. Good. I know that sounds weird to say, like keep your head and torso aligned, but basically don't let your head go ahead. Don't let your head go ahead of your torso. You don't want to jut it forward, putting more weight on your neck. All right, so ears and shoulders are balanced. So this is starting to feel good. What I also like about these dynamic motions is at the beginning, you might feel it's a little tight and you can't go that far. But the more reps you do, you can progress a little more. And we'll switch to the other side. All right. Ankle cross over the knee. Knee is out. Sit tall. And then lean. All right. So if you were on the floor, this would be the pigeon pose with your leg behind, and then you'd be able to slide your arms forward. But here we can keep our hands on our lower leg, lean into it. And notice how it's not just kind of a forward back, you're actually folding at the hip. So it's not just spine motion. You're actually folding through the hip, closing that space. Good. All right. Dynamic. All right, let's do one more. Okay. All right, we'll stay seated. We'll continue dynamic, this time spinal rotation. So we're gonna sit up as tall as possible. I like to scoot to the front edge. We're gonna start with our hands close together. We're gonna rotate to reach back, turning your shoulder. We'll stick to this side. This is another one you might have done on the floor with your knees in the opposite direction, which you can actually do seated. You can bring your knees over to one side and then rotate. You'll feel the rotation sooner. All right, and we're gonna finish on that last side. There we go. There we go. Dynamic rotation. Turn the shoulder, keep your spine tall, and then just let your head follow your hand. All right, before you go, I'd like to ask, what are you looking forward to? Your next meal, something this weekend? Thanks for joining us on Stretch and Flow. What are you looking forward to? Tell me in the comments, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Good to see you all. Quarter end close. Yay, Nicole. Ooh, Allie, girls winery trip this evening. Woo! Have fun. Weekend, of course. Next Stretch and Flow. Thanks, Tracy. Of course. Hey, Tammy, good luck painting your house. Hannah Norman, go into your best friend's bridal shower. Rental house on the beach. Wow, Florida, starting Saturday. Mark, hey, good time. Michelle, going to the beach. Good time. Feels like summer. Knit night with the friends you haven't seen. Wow. Wow, Deborah, it's been a long time. Thanks. Thanks, Carmen. Weekend and next Stretch and Flow. Good. I'll see you next time. Bye, everyone. Glad you enjoyed it. Bye, Christy. And Lisa, I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, but actually what we just did, it helped.